Welcome to yet another edition of Life Essential Talk. Well, today I'm gonna talk about the qualities of a good marriage. In fact, today's episode is part two. Remember, I talked about qualities of a good marriage last time, and that was part one. Well, before I proceed, please do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Well, I'm going to talk a little more about appreciation. Now, when you appreciate your spouse, your husband, or your wife, it will help you not to compare your spouse to others or to another out there. Now, just as you are unique, that is how your marriage is. In fact, your marriage is more unique because it's made up of two persons who are unique. They have their unique ideas, unique behaviors, unique everything. Now, it will be so unfair when you compare your unique spouse to another unique person out there. You're just being selfish. Now, when you compare your spouse to another, you're bringing in resentment. You will feel resentful towards your spouse because you have set an unrealistic expectation from your spouse. You want your spouse to be like this. You want your spouse to behave like that. And it's not possible. It's not possible for your spouse to be exactly who you want him or her to be. In fact, when you compare your marriage to another's marriage, when you compare your spouse to your ex, you have chosen to be unhappy. Because you can't have same marriages that are just the same. I don't think it's possible. There must be differences. Remember, every marriage is unique, just like your spouse with another person. There must be differences. So if you decide to compare, you have chosen to be unhappy. Now, if you want your spouse to be like this, to behave like this, why don't you encourage him or her to do that, to behave like that? Give your spouse that support. Help your spouse. Talk to your spouse respectfully about whatever it is, however it is you want your spouse to be or behave. Do not compare. Do not compare your spouse to anybody. Now, another good quality of marriage is tolerance. You have to be tolerant of one another. Just like your faces are different, so are your destinies, are your behaviors, your attitudes, your opinions, your ideas. So you can't say, no, darling, you must do exactly what I want you to do. You can't say, sweetheart, you must be how I want you to be. You can't agree or disagree on everything. No, there must be a common ground, and that is where tolerance comes in. You mustn't argue over everything. Shout and scream at each other, fight with one another because of your disagreements. Sometimes if it won't hurt you or your children or even your spouse, why don't you agree with whatever so that there will be peace? But remember, I'm not saying you should put up with everything, but try to find a common ground. Both of you can talk respectfully about it in order to tolerate one another. Now, another quality of a good marriage is honesty. In fact, there are some persons out there that do not have an idea of their wife's birth year. There are some spouses out there that do not actually know everything about their husbands or wives. Because The marriage was built on lies, lies, lies. And remember, marriage is all about you and your spouse. When you come together, you are one. And when you lie to each other, you are hampering the progress of that marriage. It's as if you're lying to yourself. And when you lie to yourself, what happens? No progress. Nothing will move. So try to say the truth. Try to tell yourselves the truth. If you cannot tell any other person out there the truth, please tell your husband or your wife the truth. Your marriage should be built on honesty. All right. So these qualities of a good marriage will help your marriage to be successful. It's your choice to have a good marriage. It's your choice. You have to make certain sacrifices. You have to make certain amendments. You have to adjust a little bit for things to flourish. Please do not give up on your marriage. Do not say, no, I can't do this again. Try once again. Except if whatever is a threat to your life, then you do what is expected of you, or what you think is right. But if there's no threat, please work on your marriage. Work on that institution called marriage. Well, I've come to the end of this. And rest assured, when next we meet, you shall hear more. Bye. Have a blessed day.